welcome to allertonnav.com. We're bringing you the block party for this week. Today I'm Amy. I'm gonna be the host. Oh my
Holy
god, what?
shit. This is gonna be a train wreck.
Just
Yeah,
today, you're
sure.
Amy? What about tomorrow?
Fun, I'm done. Take
After like
over.
years and years of verbal threats on Chad, when he doesn't show up and you're named the host, it's a little suspicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, Chad has chipmunk cheeks right now, and he can't really talk. He's got some problems with his mouth.
He's got too many coins in his mouth.
Is that the actual medical term? Chipmunk
Lots,
cheeks?
lots of coins shoved in
Get
down
your
his
coins
throat.
out of here.
But hello, I'm Amy, as you well know. I'm joined this week by Tristan and Jason. And you
Nice.
didn't wave.
What, was I supposed to wave?
You did
Yeah.
not.
Alright, cool.
When I'm in charge, you have to wave.
Is this like a Simon Says situation? Like you're gonna do
Yes.
something, if we don't do it, you just mute us?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll mute you.
Oh, great.
The power.
Simon says, talk about Uncharted 4 because all of us played it and we're really excited about it. And go.
It looks really cool. It starts really awesome, and we're gonna try not to spoil things, right? We're gonna talk about gameplay and glitches and what we thought was cool and what we thought wasn't cool. And you put a couple of good pictures online that I thought were really neat, that just really showed that game off. And actually, I felt like you got people talking about it and being like, "Holy crap! I didn't know that it looked so good."
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a good-looking game.
It is
Yeah, for all that, like, well, let's have a PlayStation 4.5 or whatever they're gonna call it. I mean, they're doing this on PlayStation 4 with. If they can do this, there's no need. I mean, I know they're gonna upgrade with 4K stuff and all that, but seriously, let's have more games like this. Because I don't. What's the closest game to this in graphics? Probably. There probably isn't much there.
Yeah, there really isn't anything at this point. That
Yeah.
I mean, the new Gears and stuff, those games look really good, but this has that like painted art style where things in the background just look like paintings and everything looks so goddamn good. Like,
Oh my god, yes. Sorry to interrupt, but that specifically occurs when you get to a different part in the game. I just won't say stuff. I don't want to spoil anything. But holy shit, like, I did that cool... I don't know if you guys are aware, but, like, what Mad Max did, where you can, like, freeze the game and take photos and stuff with the camera,
Yes.
which I absolutely love. This game does it, too, if you turn it on the function, and every, like, 2 seconds, I was, like, pausing it and like rotating the camera and taking photos and pausing it. I was like, Chad, look at this. Chad, you gotta look at that. Oh my god, look at this. And he's just like, okay. You know, he's trying to play Binding of Isaac, and I'm like killing him because he's looking over, and I'm like, Chad, you gotta look at how cool this is. Chad, he's like, oh my god, Amy. But
oh my
yeah,
god, that is how I played The Last of Us. Like,
Yeah.
when I got it on PS4 and they added it and it looked so good, I was just like, 2 steps. I need to take a cool photo of this situation. I need to take photos of these giraffes. I need to take photos of these enemies. And it was just like, if there was someone playing with me, I would have been like, stop it. You're so annoying. But it is such a good looking game. Like, it looks amazing. Does it look better than Tomb Raider, do you think? Because I thought Tomb Raider was one of the best looking games last year, for sure.
I mean, Tomb Raider has like the whole, like, the snowstorm effect that makes it like look even cooler, or like things that are ongoing with the weather and whatnot, rain and
I
things along that
with-
nature. I feel.
Yeah. With that, though, you can disguise some of the flaws your graphics may have because it's all... And I love Tomb Raider. I thought they were amazing graphics, too. I was talking to Chad about it because he was questioning, no, I thought Tomb Raider was really beautiful. And I think Tomb Raider fit in more in a fantasy-type beauty. Like... Whereas I feel like Uncharted 4 is more, like, realistic, sort of, if you will. Like, they're both beautiful games, but I feel like one's more photorealistic and one's more like
Stylized?
yeah, that's a good call.
It's weird to me, like, how closely Uncharted and Tomb Raider look when you start playing them.
They have a lot of similarities.
It's really, I guess it's not strange because they're the same style game, but I thought, like, after playing Uncharted, I was like, man, Tomb Raider should have took a hard left and done something a little more, I don't know, substantial with their graphics, but whatever. I mean, it is
like
what it is.
your like utility weapons are I don't know how further advanced I'm gonna get with Uncharted because I'm only about 2 hours in, but we've got the grappling hook, which is newer for Uncharted.
Yes.
It's cool.
But Tomb Raider, you have so many different accessories and things you can do with your like bow and arrow and all kinds of stuff.
Which
Yeah.
I think is kind of cool because, yeah, that's where they split because you don't really have that in Uncharted. Which, by the way, the grappling hook is hilariously fun when you just like hook onto things and there's enemies and I swing like a pendulum and I'm like,
Yeah,
like
that's pretty rad. That's pretty rad.
my hit ratio goes down significantly, but I don't care. It's just a lot of fun just to like swing around like a monkey and like try to like shoot people. And then also, too, what I really enjoy so far, I don't know if you guys have gotten to any spots where you require a lot of stealth. I shouldn't say require because this game does not require stealth, but I really enjoy that they allowed for the option to have actual stealth in it. Whereas before, I think it was like a tip of the hat to stealth, like, oh, you can do like a stealth takedown or a takedown off the ledge. Now, like, there's literally like whole areas that you can stealth through, and there's achievements, or at least one achievement for stealthing an area without being seen or killing anyone. So they really kind of put a bigger emphasis on that, which I enjoy a lot because I'm usually just like running, like killing everybody. But I'm playing it through on hard mode first go, and the stealth mode is really like it's super helpful, and it's a lot more fun. And it's a different way for me to play the Uncharted series because I never really did stealth. I mean, it was straight up broke. It's still not perfect, but it's a lot better than the other.
Yeah, like I was always just run into a hallway and just blast everything as quickly as I can just to move on and like get more of the story beats. So when there is that chance for stealth, even though I'm not a big stealth guy, I'm totally gonna take it and see what it comes out with. But we'll see.
It's not perfect, but I really appreciated that it's an option now, and you don't have to just like guns blazing and kill everyone. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty
graphics
cool.
aside, I haven't really been that impressed by the first couple hours of the game. I feel like
Oh, don't bite me.
a lot of it's already been done, especially with. I mean, we've seen a lot of it in the trailer already. Like the first 2 hours, like, oh yeah, this happens in the trailer, and
I didn't see it because I don't watch trailers.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping that like we wouldn't talk too much as I'm showing trailers if people are watching this, that we wouldn't talk too much about like story beats, because I really, outside of the trailer that I covered for the site, which was one or two, I really tried to stay away, and there was actually some surprises for me in the beginning, and I was like, holy shit, like
yeah,
I didn't know about
interesting
this,
twists and-
which was cool for me coming into
But once
it.
they do the flashback as a kid, which I kind of loathed in Uncharted 3,
Oh, yeah.
that's like, we're doing this again?
At least so far, it's only been like this much. I'm 8 hours in, and I haven't experienced that again. So hopefully, that was just like to establish a certain fact, you know.
I didn't like that either.
I didn't either.
At first, but then as I played through it, I liked what it added to the story.
Yeah.
At least, I
I
was
get
like,
they're
I
trying
get
to
it.
like they're trying to introduce this other character that hasn't really been around, and they're trying to do some backstory on it. I get it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed being in Nathan and Chloe's house,
Yeah, that was cool.
and the different artifacts he has up in the attic and whatnot. And they go down and play a PlayStation game, and it's Crash Bandicoot, and it's talking about bandicoots and foxes and all kinds of. It's a good time.
No spoilers, Tristan.
Yeah, we just
That's a
spoil that.
spoiler.
Oh, is it?
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
a spoiler.
I thought you got that far. If you're
I got that far, but
Yeah,
not
I
the
did
game
too.
came out 2 days ago, and I barely got that far. That's why I'm trying to like. Sorry, everybody.
Well, I saw the photo that Amy posted of it also, so it was spoiled for me then.
Yeah.
I just posted the PlayStation logo.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I posted, and you're gonna be muted now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So we steer away from any more spoilers. Did you guys play any other games this weekend? We can maybe come back to, Uncharted if we need to, but Naughty Tristan just, ruined
we
it for
can come
everyone.
back to Uncharted next week when we play it more, and
Okay.
then maybe a couple weeks
It's not
later.
a
do
true
it.
spoiler because that has nothing to do with the actual story.
The only thing,
Just happens.
the only other thing I wanted to talk about, I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Like, it's another graphic thing. Well, I have two things that I thought were really cool. I thought the hand-to-hand combat was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that was surprisingly awesome to me. Like, the first time you get into a fist fight, like, generally fist fights in Uncharted games, or these games in general, suck. But when you're in
Yeah.
this fist fight, outside of the fact that you're rolling, and that made absolutely no fucking sense and looks totally stupid and broke the immersion, the fight was really...
If you rolled, which I did not.
I did because they told me to. So I was
I
like, I
never
gotta
did.
roll. Like, why wouldn't it be just a dodge? That was a weird gameplay thing that I didn't dig.
True.
But it was just so fucking awesome and visceral and great. And then the motion capture of the faces.
Yes.
That I think is creepy and good in some parts, and then just creepy and bad in others. But there's a scene like where they get intimate and two characters get intimate, and I was like, that is so poorly done. I'm so sorry. I get what you're trying to do, but that looks so bad. But for the most part, it's okay.
There wasn't a lot of action in the first couple hours.
No.
Like, I'm still waiting for like that big Uncharted moment where like, holy cow, this after I'm done playing with it, like, this was great. I want to replay this now because it was a really great like 20 minutes of going through these scenes. I can see that they tried it with certain parts of the game, especially certain like constant like run away from the opponent kind of thing, or the enemy, which they're known for. But I'm still waiting for that really cool moment, like the helicopter from Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah. My big takeaway was the story is so strong in those first couple hours compared to any other game you'll probably play all year. Like, I was listening to the dialogue and I was like watching the way some of the scenes were edited, and even some of the scenes when you're actually playing the game, the way the camera cuts from inside of like a temple to the outside when you jump is like it's a stylized camera to go. It's really strange, and I was like, man, this has got to be really hard to write a game like this to have all these different scene transitions and like take you to different parts of the Uncharted universe and not suck and not make me want to like pick up my phone. Like it was like really, because a lot of times in games the stories suck. Like I think the Tomb Raider 2, I didn't think the story was that great. I liked the first one, but I thought the second one fell off. And even when games are supposed to be like these big cinematic adventures, even like Until Dawn, which we all loved, can't hold a candle to the way these guys tell the story. It's crazy.
Were you guys surprised? I don't want to like spoil it for other people, just because it was kind of like, what? Oh, I see what they did there. Just the scuba scene, and after that, were you like, what? Oh.
Yes, that was.
Okay.
And that's another example of this storytelling where you get to see this different part of the Uncharted world that I wasn't expecting to see.
Same, yeah.
And it's just done so well. And that underwater looks so good.
Clapped.
Yeah, I was like, this was amazing.
Like, well done,
it was
guys.
So good. I'm really curious if that city looked very close to the city in Last of Us to me.
It did.
And I was curious, like if that was a tie-in to Pittsburgh, or if it was Pittsburgh, or if it was just like putting the two universes in the same universe. I was like, whoa, this is like blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, once they showed that bridge, I was like, is this Pittsburgh?
So if somebody knows and they could let me know, that would be great. But okay, that's all my Uncharted. I'm super high on this game right now. Like, it's so
really
fucking
fun.
good.
I can't wait for this to be over so I can go play some more.
Yeah, I know. Unless Tristan wants to just like spell out the rest of the game for us.
I mean,
I'm just fucking around, Tristan.
You can spell MLB. Did you get any farther in that, or did you drop it for Uncharted 4?
Well, Uncharted first came out yesterday, so I've been playing MLB up to that. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're just like in wait. Like I can't touch anything. You know.
I've grown I've grown annoyed when I have to change my game out in my console. Like I'm used to like having digital games installed or things along that nature. Or just
you lazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, plus my everything's in its own closet too, so I have some more just.
Oh yeah, that's right. That I guess is really hard.
I like just playing the game that's in right now. But
did you see from the EA's earnings call yesterday? Chad and I talked about it a little bit on Live on the Av. That's just me plugging Live on the Av, our daily show that is live on Twitch, where we talk about all the news.
It's very live.
That EA said that 30% of their games are digital download now, or 50% are like their sports games, like Madden is 50% digital download. That's a crazy number. And I attribute that for me, like not wanting to go switch my fucking games out of my cabinet. It's so beautiful. So I'm with you, Tristan.
It's convenient where you can just switch games out really quick. It's just convenience.
Yeah. That's why I quickly took Battleborn out of my Xbox, put it back in its box, and got rid of that son of a bitch, because that game was terrible.
Real bad.
Oh my god. So Chad and I'm sorry, I'm hijacking the show, Amy. I just want to talk about playing.
Go for it, because we were like talking about things that people played, and Tristan just had more MLB stuff that I don't understand because I don't play baseball. So go for it, James.
Yes. So Chad and I played a bunch of Overwatch again this weekend. I wouldn't say a bunch. We were gonna play 15 minutes. We're gonna do 2 matches, and then all of a sudden we played for like an hour, and we just didn't want to stop. And we didn't want to stop. We were like, oh my god, this game is so great. We love this game because it's so much fun to like come up with strategies and play and just like learning the different characters and like how to gimmick out the maps and like to work together. He would take Reinhardt with his big shield. I'd take my little dwarf, go behind him, set up my rocket launcher or my little turret, and he would just sit there and we would just own. And it was, people would get so angry, and it was so good. And then I saw online today that someone took 4 Reinhardts and 2 of the little dwarfs, and they made a square of shields, and they
Oh
had
my
the
God.
two turrets in the middle, and they were just doing total work. I forgot to tell Chad that, but that was amazing. He would have loved that. But that game
You'll
is
never
so
know.
good, and I didn't want to play it too much because they're totally wiping all your stats, and I was like, oh, all this great progress I'm making is going to be gone. But if you guys missed Overwatch in the beta, you should check it out. Did you play it at all, Amy?
Yeah.
And you liked it?
Mhm.
More than you thought you would?
Yeah, I had no desire to play that game at
Me
all, but
neither,
then Chad
dude.
was playing that stupid thing, and then you were all excited about it, and I was like,
I thought I was going to hate this fucking game, dude, but I loved it.
I thought it was going to be kind of like Battleborn, but it was way better than Battleborn.
Yes, so then I got Battleborn. I was like, I need to play Battleborn. I need to settle this for myself once and for all. Like, why the hell did Battleborn, the game that I thought looked better going into release than this, because it's Borderlands people, and I played it, and fuck, dude, that game sucks, man. I don't understand why people like Battleborn, if they do.
No, a lot of customers. I was just actually today I had a conversation about Overwatch versus Battleborn, and I was like, "Oh, you guys played Overwatch?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, "How did you like?" And they're like, "Battleborn." They're like, "That game's shit." And I was like, "I didn't say it. They did." Like, quite a few people I think, are in our boat. Like, they don't. I don't know.
I was trying to put my finger on it again, and when I was playing it, like, a visual style plays a lot into that, and movement. And the movement in Overwatch is like Titanfall perfect. Like, when you play Titanfall, that game just feels fucking perfect. Or Call of Duty, you just, everything you do is happening. And when I play Overwatch, I'm in like complete control at all times. I play Battleborn, it just doesn't respond as well. And the way the graphics are done, it doesn't work perfectly either. Things are blending into each other, and you can kind of see it in the trailer I'm running right now if you're watching this on YouTube, that the colors of the characters kind of blend in with the colors of the environments, and then the gunshot, it's just like just this color mess of bullshit that you can't differentiate anything, and it sucks. And I tried that game, I played it for a few hours, and I'm done with it, Amy. No more Battleborn for me. You'll never hear me talk about Battleborn again unless it's about their disappointing sales numbers or how Overwatch fucked them over by releasing their beta the same week their game came out, which was one of the most brilliant moves in video game history.
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of brilliant moves and such, and talking about games again and again, Titanfall 2 being released this fall, amongst Call of Duty and Battlefield. How you guys thinking that's going to do? Do you think that's going to be a smart move for Titanfall 2? Or is it going to be kind of...
We knew it was
Shoot
going to
themselves in the
happen.
foot.
We knew it was coming out this fall, despite what they said, but
Yeah.
Chad and I were talking about it, and we were like, man, this is bad move. Like, you're cannibalizing your audience. But EA came out and was like, no, there's like, they're not totally different games, but they're going to capture different markets, and the people
They
that play
already have
this.
captured different markets,
it's
like from the get-go.
So yeah, like Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty, or Titanfall 2 are, yeah, they're different enough. What are you going to play, Tristan?
Huh.
I think there's only one game I'm getting this fall, and that's Titanfall 2.
Yep.
Between those three games, yes.
Although I will say, oh, sorry, Tristan, continue. I apologize.
I was just gonna say, unless Call of Duty somehow impresses me, I wasn't that impressed by the last trailer, and I've never been really a Battlefield guy, so yeah.
Yeah, and like speaking of Battlefield, so I have always preferred Battlefield back with like the World War II stuff. I've never really been a fan of this new things. So this trailer is released and such, and it's harkens back to the old days of World War I and such. I'm actually kind of interested in it now, even though that's not something I would normally play. I just remember back on like what, PS2, I think. Was it PS3?
Yeah, probably PS2.
PS2, I think.
Yeah, because Battlefield
OG.
1942 was on the PC. I remember that's where I played that one first.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, it's like a huge throwback. Like I'm really excited actually to possibly play this. But in watching it, dude, the cutscenes are atrocious. Like I was like those laughable graphics. Except that when you saw some of the like brief in-game like FPS shots, they were beautiful. And I'm like, how can you have these crappy like CG cutscenes and then like make that your trailer when you have these gorgeous in-game graphics? At least what it.
Well, they're claiming the entire trailer was in-game. Like this is this is that same thing they did with fucking Star Wars, right? Like it looked good and it looked awesome, and it didn't look that great in motion as it did in these little trailers. It still looked really good, but in their Star Wars trailers, dude, it looked amazing. And this looks amazing in this trailer, and whether or not that resonates, it looks a lot like Star Wars Battlefront. Like, I see Endor in there. I see some of the maps. Like, it just looks like there's a bunch of assets being reused, but it's cool. It's cool. No.
Yeah. I mean, definitely though. If I have to pick between the two, I'm with Tristan. It's Titanfall 2 all the way this fall. Are you gonna be lost in that game for like 100+ hours? Are you gonna come on adapted and will block party and stuff?
Yeah, we'll never see.
It'll be interesting to see. They're gonna improve things. It'll be interesting if they just entirely abandon certain aspects from the first game that I really enjoyed, or if they just improve on everything and just make it like one of the best games ever.
It's probably gonna be one of the best games ever. I can't imagine it going otherwise. Speaking of improving upon things, the Mass Effect Andromeda released in 2017. I'm pretty stoked about. They were talking about having it be like more open world, and when they were talking about that, I was thinking that it might be kind of like what they did with Dragon Age Inquisition, how it was sort of Skyrim-esque, where you still have the story. You still have like the key places you're supposed to go, but then you could like go off to this cave or go off and dabble in some random like side quests and stuff. I'm curious how they're going to do that with the huge galactic scale. So is it going to be like, here's this huge galaxy, go to this planet, and that's the side quest above the planet? Or are there going to be like orbital battles? Are there going to be things that you can do landing missions, and then when you land on the planet, then it opens up even more? Like, I'm just super curious how encompassing this is going to be. And like when they say that they're like, oh, we want to have a bigger world and more freedom, like what exactly does that entail for us as gamers? And I don't want it to distract too much as well too from the core essence of these games, which is the solid storytelling. And if that's going to kind of do what it did for me with Inquisition, sort of dilute it a bunch because it gets so caught up in like, oh, but I'm almost done with these 20 side quests, like do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, you play Mass Effect, right? Both of you guys?
I fucking live and breathe Mass Effect series.
I know you did, Jay. I just wasn't sure about Tristan.
Not so much.
Oh, dude, this is like one of my most exciting games in the history of my life, right? Like, I'm so stoked for this fucking game. I'm thinking it's going to be, they're going to have the cities on the planets that you visit are going to be larger, or the locations that you can visit on the planets are going to be larger. It'll be that same thing. You'll go to a planet, right? Like, you'll be able to choose one of like 6 locations on that planet to land and go down and do something on. But when you get down there, they're just going to be massive. I'm hoping, and explorable. Maybe a little bit open world, maybe not. I don't know. But I mean, you can't like give me free reign on a whole planet like they tried to do in Mass Effect 1 with the rover, and it was just like a total shit show, right?
That was terrible. Absolutely horrible.
So it's, I don't know. I have to believe that they're going to do that with just a few blips on there. Maybe.
I'm just kind of nervous because I don't know about you, but I would get so lost in those cities, in those like stations and stuff. I couldn't find like anything. I would get so lost. I don't know if it's just because it was like all the same wall color, or like the lights, or like cut down this corridor but it looks like you can go straight. Like I felt really stupid playing in those like stations and stuff, but it all looks so much the same because it's like this stark. So I'm like, I'm kind of like, if you're saying like, oh, when you land it's gonna be a huger area, I'm like, oh god, no, please.
I'm hoping like I'm thinking more of along the lines of like a city in Final Fantasy or something like that, where it's like this, you're like walking the map and then you hit X and you go into the city and there it is, without having to do the exploration. So I'm hoping that's what you get. And I'm hoping that there's like missions, like you're going
outside the cities. Maybe you could.
Like you'll go to the city, you'll talk to somebody, and then you're going out in the forest and like doing some kind of like battle, or going into some cave system or some temple and doing like some more fleshed out stories. And I'm assuming that's the direction they have to go, right? Like they can't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of limits on a game of this scope.
Or even like, I think it'd be cool to like visit like space stations, or I'm just so like curious what that means. And they're like, more freedom to go and do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know what I really would want to do, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Like what do I want to see out of Mass Effect? And I just want to see more. Like I want to learn more about the world, and leaving the Milky Way and going to this whole new thing is going to give us all new aliens, and it's going to be great.
New aliens, new stories and stuff. New aliens, well, I was going to say, there's too many things. I could talk about The Witcher 3 and new stories and tons of concepts that can go with that. or there's like the Civilization 6 announced. I think though that when you were talking about open world and exploration, I kind of need to tie that into Witcher 3. The Blood and Wine expansion that's coming out. I don't even know. Like, I have it. I mean, I already pre-ordered it, whatever, back in the day. I don't think I'm even gonna touch it, to be honest. It's just too much. There's so much for the Witcher world, like, and I appreciate that. And
it's insane how much there is.
Oh my god,
insane.
Right? What? 30 plus hours more to play. There's gonna be 90 new quests. I don't know. I mean, it's straight up amazing. It's cool that they can do this and that they want to do it and they're giving it to people who want to play it, but I just can't. Like, I couldn't even get through the first expansion. So they're like, oh, Blood and Wine's coming out, you know? I'm like, yeah, I already own it, but I don't think I can touch it. I mean, there's just so much.
Too much Witcher, man.
Yeah. I mean, but it's not, like, I appreciate that they're doing it and that they care enough to have such an in-depth, like, story and rich world and everything. So I'm like, yes, it's amazing. I can support this, but I don't think I'm going to play it. So.
Yeah, no.
It has to come to a point in time where, like, okay, I'm at my limit as far as how much you can actually play. And I would imagine you're probably at your limit.
Truth. But I would have thought that about Titanfall,
I'm sure you had a blast.
Kept going with Titanfall.
Yeah. I mean, Titanfall was trying to achieve certain things.
See, they keep adding new achievements too. Yeah. Like, I was like, dude, I can't. There's
though at some point with Titanfall, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just done. So there is a point always.
I feel bad. I'm sorry, Richard 3. Like, I really want to play you, have you when you come out, but I just don't think I'm gonna touch it. It's just too much for me to do.
Too much Witcher.
Too much Witcher. But yeah, back to I had mentioned Civilization 6 and Alien Worlds and new stuff. Jason, how are you feeling about that? I know you're a big Civ guy.
Oh my god, I'm super excited about it. I'm glad that you're on here talking about it because Tristan and I were talking about it live on the app today, and Tristan is just like he's never played Civ.
What, you never played Civilization?
I know. I was thinking about, dude, just get it on your phone or on Xbox or just like get a version of it to like learn what Civ is.
I played it when they were like the little tiny tiles. You use the arrow keys to like walk around the map with like these little squares. You could barely tell, like, is this an Egyptian chariot or is this my Roman like phalanx? I can't tell because the graphics were so shitty and it was like boop, 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 boop. Oh my god, you gotta play it. It's so fun.
One of those games where I feel like it would just be a black hole for me. I just disappear.
Oh, totally. But I mean, you can also do like little campaign things, like which I really enjoy. Like, just pick a campaign, complete it, and then
it'd be hard for me to be casual with it. Like, it's either you're out or you're all in.
Just do it, Tristan. Just play it.
I have to.
You will be able to run it on your PC. Like, get Civ 5. You can get it for like $10, I think, or something. It's on sale right now.
And you're gonna beat Uncharted in a few more hours because those games are always short. You've already like played the crap out of MLB, so forget it.
There's plenty more in MLB. Trust me.
Overwatch, though.
You've reached your point that we were just talking about.
Well, this isn't coming out till October, so this is going to cut into his Titanfall 2 time, so like the odds of us getting him on board is going to be pretty tricky.
Well, you can play it now. You don't have to play Civ 6. You just have to at least experience one Civilization game in your lifetime.
I'll give it a shot at one point.
It'll ruin your weekend. It'll like your whole weekend will be gone. It won't ruin it. It'll be a like amazing weekend, but it'll be gone in a flash.
Just do it one weekend, and then go back to MLB, and then Titanfall 2 will come out, and you'll be happy. See?
I used to play it like accidentally on a school night. Which is
accidentally.
Well, because this is the kind of game I would like to play on the weekend, right? Like, because you could just play it and like just sit there in your underwear and play it for 12 hours straight. But like, if you do it like and you have to do something in the morning, don't start playing at 9 o'clock at night because it'll be 4 in the morning and you'll be like, God damn it, what did I do with my life? Mm-hmm. What do you think of some of the changes, Amy? Did you see some of the new stuff they're adding?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about, like, the biggest thing that I had a question about was, like, the units that can be combined on one tile. Like, I was like, what? I don't quite understand if I care about that or not.
Well, I thought it was kind of good. Well, I thought it was interesting, right? Like, to be able to put a warrior or a military unit or something on top of a settler unit. Because that'll get snatched. Those settlers get snatched up so quick if you screw up, and now you at least have, like, a little bit of defense for them. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was actually a smart move. Or like air support, did it say would do like anti-tank support with infantry, which is another one where you always get burned.
Yeah, hardcore. They just destroy you.
I mean, as long as my biggest fucking beef with these games, and it'll be the same way until I die, is when my guys with machine guns lose to guys with like fucking spears or arrows. That always kills me. And it happens.
I mean, unless there's like a terrain advantage that we're not knowing about, like if they're up on a hill or something, like sure, okay, maybe I can kind of see that. Or if there's like fog that is rolled in and they're like quiet stealth units because they don't have like armor and metal guns to clank and make noises, sure, I can maybe see it. But yeah, they don't take that into account at all, and you're like, well, why did I just lose to a bunch of spear throwing savages? I should have mowed them down.
Oh
I mean,
God! If they would have put that in their little notes, I would have been like, yes, Civilization for all. Because I could see like someone like Tristan that's never played Civilization, that happening to him like 4 times in a game and being like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of the most annoying things.
Pretty quickly with Bloodborne, well, not that specific thing, but like Bloodborne had me leave quick because it's like, nope, not for me.
Yeah, the second like your like a bunch of fucking horses take out your tanks, dude, you just want to smash your goddamn computer. So that was actually kind of annoying.
That's way less believable than at least Spearman versus like, I mean, because like if you're in a tank, how is a horse? I mean, no. But if you're like a guy with a machine gun laying in the grass, maybe you're sleeping and like a tribe of like spear people stab you while you're okay, that makes sense. But if you're in a tank,
yes, yeah. The guns versus the spear guys, I could always justify based on the Patriot starring Mel Gibson, where he's out there, you know, like he's got his like hatchet. Yeah, basically everything in my life will at some point relate back to the Patriot. But he's out there in the woods, you know, and he kills all those guys with his hatchet, and he ends up using a gun or whatever from here or there. But it's for the most part, like it's plausible. But the tank thing drives me nuts. I also like the new the cities that are going to be multiple tiles, so it'll look more like Civilizations, you know, as the game is called, than before.
Like in just one little like.
Yeah, like having the buildings and everything kind of connect to form like a bigger, like a city that has like a cool visual appeal. I think that's going to be really neat.
Oh my God, yeah, and it'll be like way sweeter to be able to see like when you like build your, like, you know, what is it, the wonders of the world, and like it'll be more like a thing as opposed to like if you click on your city, then you can kind of see it in your city from the side pane, and you're like,
yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. The diplomacy also sounds cool, where it starts out very primitive and then grows to be more advanced, like kind of like in real life. Is kind of interesting.
We're gonna play this. Do it.
Get it on your phone. 99 cents.
I can't play games on my phone. Just can't do it.
Civilization on my phone was actually a pretty good adventure. Civilization Revolutions. It was like not Civilization proper, but it hit the spot.
I'm with Tristan. I don't really do phone games at all.
Hey, I don't do them either. I dabble from here and there.
You do dabble.
Dabble in Civilization. Is anybody going to dabble in the Pokemon game coming out, Sun and Moon? I'm personally not.
I mean...
It's November 18th. We got to see all the new little starter Pokemon.
Yeah. Wow, you and Chad on the same page. Yeah, they look kind of weird. They don't look as awesome as the last ones.
Yeah.
It sounds like whoever like created these Pokemon just like they shouldn't have put this guy in charge of creating them. Or maybe it was a team of them, but it's like the most generic things, like let's just throw a couple things together and have it be new Pokemon.
I mean, they already have a seal Pokemon from Generation 1 with like the seal, like a dugong or whatever. He's this cute little white seal, like little tongue sticking out with a little horn on his head. Okay, there is tons of fire cats already. Like,
there's too many fire cats.
Yeah, it wasn't like Lit Leo from the last game, and like there's.
What about the owl?
The owls. I saw a really funny like internet thing about Kapora Gabora, the owl from Zelda. The owl that talks to Link in Ocarina of Time, like that's like his final like evolution when he evolves.
Interesting.
I thought that was really funny, but like it goes from like the little owl to like this little owl with a green bow tie in Animal Crossing, actually, which looks almost exactly like this Pokemon starter, which is kind of funny. And then Kapora Gabora, the owl from the Zelda games. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They just look like trash, to be honest. They look like the ones that you are out in your different like fields and that you catch. They don't look like a starter Pokemon. Like, I want like my starters to look cool. Like,
Hey, yeah, I hear you.
That's generic and crappy.
It's Pokemon. I don't know. I'm not gonna get excited. I'm not gonna get as excited as Arby's did on Twitter this week. And I don't know if you saw the tweet where the trailer came out and they drew the logos in like sauce and put them on a piece of paper and like Arby's loves Pokemon essentially, and I thought it was pretty great.
Wow, they're just trying to cash in. They're just trying to be like, look, we're cool and relevant. No, you guys aren't.
Suck up to everyone.
Yeah.
Just like
Arby's sauce
like,
is great.
It is pretty good. Just like Madden 17, which was announced, is not cool or relevant.
I want to know what Amy has to say about Madden 17.
Yeah, can you tell us? Can you explain Madden 17 to us?
I always like
Amy?
to hear her sports take.
I've played in sports, but I can't.
What do you think about like this whole cover athlete thing? Like they make a big spectacle of this. Like on Sports Center, we're gonna reveal the next cover athlete for Madden.
Isn't anything like the UFC thing where it's like if you're on the cover, you're gonna like lose or something? Is this guy gonna
Well,
like his leg now?
Madden, it's the Madden curse that.
Okay. See, I didn't even know that. Madden curse. I just thought it was UFC because that's all Chad talks about.
It's a curse. It's kind of
Might
real.
be on all EA Sports.
Oh
games.
no, the cover athlete. I mean, do you have somebody you want to see on the cover? I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
Tristan,
cares?
who do you want?
I mean, you guys were talking about on Live and I have this usually like their next thing they're changing.
gimmick,
like,
yeah.
Like last year was Odell Beckham. This year maybe it's the running game and maybe I don't know. Whoever like the most talked about guy typically makes it. Some years where they have, some years they have people vote on it, and that's when weird things happen. Like, who's that Browns running back? I can't think of his name.
It should be Johnny Manziel, and you should have to work your way back to. I don't know if you know who Johnny Manziel is. I mean, he was a top draft pick, and he left the league. He basically has gone out of the league after like 2 years because he's like parties too much. And he drinks and he parties and he's crazy. But you should try to build him, get his life back together, like play through the league, and then get him back into Madden, dude. I think that's great.
Oh.
I don't know if he's gonna
Feel
be
good
on
story.
next year since he just recently got in charge for beating up his ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah, no, then you don't want to deal with that.
That's not good to have on.
Fuck
the
you,
cover.
Johnny Manziel, you
EA's
piece of shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I do not endorse Johnny Manziel.
They might as well throw Peyton Manning on there since he retired.
Yeah, Dan Marino. I want a Dan Marino cover. If we're doing Legends.
Boom!
Boom! Yes, from Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Okay,
Madden,
okay,
Ace
I'll
Ventura
vote for
edition.
him. I remember that guy.
All right, Amy's in finally.
Hey!
Amy's buying Madden.
I remember the only sports games I've ever really played and enjoyed were the Tecmo Bowl games.
Amazing pieces.
I played those on the NES a lot, and I got pretty good at those. Oh, Tristan, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Me and Jason's been playing them together.
Yeah, you want to
That's
fuck
probably why Jason's so good, because then he destroys me when we do our Super Bowl preview.
Oh, and you got so mad. You were so mad, Tristan. I'm sorry.
Is that recorded?
It is.
Really?
You can find that
It's
on
on
our YouTube channel, Allerton Live.
If anybody wants to see an angry Tristan, you guys can go and check that out.
Yeah, I was being a total prick. He should have.
Yeah.
He should have been more
That's
angry.
pretty normal. I think it's like a Honaki thing.
It's kind of my thing when I'm playing you.
Okay.
It's how. It's
Kinda
like my tactic.
too.
Yeah, throw you off your game.
Oh goodness. All right. I think that pretty much wraps everything up. Was there anything you guys cared to talk about, or anything you wanted to discuss, or something I may have missed?
I want to know what you think about the whole Dark Souls 3 selling so well.
Oh right, yeah.
First two Dark Souls games.
I'm not really surprised. I mean, with everything going on, like, just the more exposure, the better. So.
Do you think it helps having their other franchises expand their brand, like Bloodborne? We were talking about on Live when they have like games like that may have pulled some people that don't usually play those games, and now they're like, oh, I want to play Dark Souls 3 because it's by the same people and all that.
Yep, I definitely think that was probably a part of the pull on that. Also, too, the announcement that it's like going to be the last in the series might have done something to help further sales on that. And maybe people were hoping like, hey, if it sells well, guys, like they'll consider doing another one or something. So yeah, I'm happy for it. I mean, good on them. It kind of sucks though because a lot of these achievements that I've been getting are like 20% and 30% because everybody's getting the same achievements because there's like 3 million people playing it, but you know, whatever, like.
Or maybe you're not as good at Dark Souls as you thought you were. You only get the easy achievements and it feels good.
I got a very rare one.
What was that for?
Kind of people have. It's just infusing, making weapon infusions of all different types. It's the easiest thing to do, but I just don't think about it. Because if you don't check your achievement list, there's really no reason that you would ever do it. Because a lot of the weapon infusions I don't even use. So it was just to get that little notch on my belt. That's all. Yay.
Are you a Persona fan? The new Persona trailer came out this week. Do you play that, or is that like not your style?
I've played Persona, however you say it, 3 and 4. But honestly, the Atlas games just drag for me. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong. I just
Too much
don't
grinding?
really care. Yeah, it's way more Chad and Jeremy's thing. Like, they're super hard into it. I enjoy them, and I think they're awesome, and I've seen, like, the animated, like, movies and the start of the TV series. So I'm a fan, but the concepts are cool. I just can't get too into it, and like the school days drive me insane. And like, did I answer that question right? What build am I doing now? Do I have to play the game again because I missed this one storyline?
That's what happens with me when I play them. I try to play them, and then I get too nervous.
Yeah.
Is there I don't know. I still to this day don't know if there's a timer. Like, at some point the game just ends and I didn't get everything. Like, that's my ultimate fear.
Yeah.
Do you even
I'm
know?
sure you could Google it and find out. I don't know.
I don't want to ruin the illusion. Like, I don't want to like get rid of this fear. But it's terrible.
Then I wouldn't answer you if I did know. Like, why would you want to know then?
Because I was hoping you'd tell me, and I would just be like, fucking Amy ruined it.
Well, if Chipmunk Cheeks was here, Chad could help you out with that.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll ask him next week.
Actually, yes. So what are you guys doing next week? What are you up to, Tristan?
Maybe we'll play some Civilization. Who knows? Nobody knows.
You're a liar. Don't lie.
Yeah.
I am lying.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
Liars
We'll
go
play
to
more
hell.
Uncharted 4 and more MLB The Show 16. That's what I'm doing.
Liar.
Big plans with life.
Play with my coin.
Yeah! I'm gonna play with my coin too.
Dude, I don't know why I didn't get a coin. I feel like I'm gonna go back and get a coin. Actually, I'm gonna go behind the counter and take the whole fucking bag of them if they're there. Then you guys will be like,
if
whoa.
If you have 2 coins, then I'd be pretty jealous.
Yeah, I would be jealous if you had 3 coins. So get 3 coins, then I'll be jealous.
I'm gonna bring a sack of coins on the show next week, so get ready to be jealous.
Impressive.
So I'm gonna play Uncharted. I'm gonna play as much of that as I possibly can over the next week, and I'm gonna play some more Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, because after hanging out with Jeremy and Chad and watching them play Binding of Isaac again, I was like, oh, it's so easy.
You liar.
And you know what though? Actually, I did fire it up, and it is much. I quit before I finished, but it's much harder or much easier after playing a bunch of Enter the Gungeon, because that's like such a bullet hell. There's so much more dodging in that. That it just felt like, I don't know, Binding of Isaac might have been a little more simple, but fucking Afterbirth, dude, 100 hours more of gameplay for $10. Top that value.
I haven't downloaded it yet. I gotta get that too. So that's gonna be on my list. Uncharted 4. I put Dark Souls on hold when I can't beat the boss. It's not that he's all that hard. He's really, like, he's got easy patterns, but I just get so nervous. Like, I don't get nervous in these games. But this final boss, for some weird reason, I'm like getting really nervous. My hands are getting all sweaty, and I'm like grabbing the controller, and I'm like trying to wipe my hands, and I wipe my hand, and then I like get hit because I missed the roll, and I'm just like, oh.
So he's hard.
I just needed to put a chill pill on it. Like, I'm putting it on hold, and then I'll beat Uncharted 4, and then I'll go back and beat Dark Souls 3.
Will you beat it before we go on the show next week?
Maybe.
I'll
Don't you take your time a little with Uncharted though, since it's the last game? Like, savor it, or?
No, after I beat it, I'm gonna do that 6-hour run, because I'm gonna play it on easy mode since I've been doing it on hard mode, and then like burn through it real quick. See if I can do it in the 6 hours. I don't know.
I mean, be playing multiplayer.
No. I don't even care about the multi. That's worthless.
Oh my god, I totally forgot that has multiplayer. They really talked a lot about that. I'm gonna try that. I have to try that and tell you guys how terrible it is.
I guess I'll try it, but yeah, I have no.
I usually don't try until I'm done with the story.
Oh no, I did. I tried it in the beta, the Uncharted multiplayer beta. I tried that. It was terrible. It was everything you thought a multiplayer Uncharted would be and more.
Yeah, terrible.
Man, I played.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Multiplayer Uncharted before. I can't think they can actually make a good one. So.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I have to close this thing up. Yeah, that's right. What does Chad do? He goes through and's like, what's happening on the site for the rest of the week? What, random 30s? Are we doing any of those? Any of those coming up? I don't think so.
You're in charge. You tell us.
I don't know.
We don't fucking know. You're wearing the top hat today.
Adapted's coming out.
We might do we'll do a random 30 Uncharted, a random 30 of Uncharted, where maybe you and Chad can sit down and play some random if his gallbladder surgery heals up in time.
I'm game. We can totally do that. So Adapted's coming up Friday. We have this week on the Av.
Yeah, we'll have all the new games coming out next week.
Comic Book Tuesday. Chad always does that. What's
Chad
going
always
on,
does do
Tristan?
that. Any
It's on
good?
hiatus for now, but
Wait, what?
Not a lot of good comics this week for
Oh,
Comic
really?
Book Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, did I totally donk that?
Yeah.
These
it's
notes
sad.
suck. Fuck these notes.
These notes are garbage.
I hate these notes. Chad sucks. Bad Chad.
But we will have review of Civil War. We'll have a review of Game of Thrones. We'll have a review of Walking Dead. We'll have all sorts of reviews on our YouTube channel. So there's tons of
Stay on my
content.
booty.
I got you.
All right.
and the
We
Flash.
good?
With
And the Flash?
Oh my God, are we gonna end this show? Or are we just gonna sit here and linger on
we're
forever?
good. We'll see you
Are we
next
done? Are we done with this?
Okay,
Chad's
bye,
gonna be so angry at this close.
Bye.